Now we've talked a little bit about Anekantavada. And we've heard that Ahimsa is the aim. The two pillars have to be Anekanta and Aparigraha. And I was going to talk a little bit more about this, but we're already experts on that now. Who's heard of this story? Say it very briefly. 6 blind men and the elephant. 6 blind men got to an elephant and they all started feeling different parts of the elephant. The first one felt the tail and said it's a rope. The second one felt the trunk and said it's a snake. The third one felt the leg and said it's a tree trunk. Another felt the bed and said it's a balloon. They all started fighting, but they didn't know, because they were all blind, that they were all right and they were all wrong. Einstein, in his theory of relativity, did an experiment where someone put a hand in extremely hot water, someone else put a hand in ice cold water, and then both of the right hand and the left hand were put together in a bucket of warm water. The person whose hand had come from the cold water felt the warm water was really hot, and the person whose hand was in the boiling or the really hot water felt it was cold. The feeling was different, but the actual situation was exactly the same. But because of their upbringing, their tradition, where they'd come from, they had a different view of the same thing. A diamond only sparkles because a diamond cutter appreciates its many sides. So what does this mean in practice? Jainism teaches us not to criticize any other spirituality, any other religion. And it gives the truth can be analyzed from 7 different standpoints. And that's called Syadvad. You can read that. We'll do an example. Someone looking from the surface of the earth may say, oh, the earth is flat. Someone else, maybe an astrologer or someone, says, no, actually, no, it's round. This person is right. From his point of view, so I got this laser to look good, but from this point of view, he's right, it's flat, and he's also not wrong. Similarly, there was once a king, and this king received a golden crown. The karma, there's different people, yeah? So his son, the prince, said, oh, I want it. I want this crown. His wife, ladies enjoy the necklace. So she said, why don't you make a necklace out of it? He melted the crown, made a necklace, and gave it to the queen. The queen was overjoyed. I've got this necklace. The prince was really sad. He said, I was going to get a crown, it's gone. But the king understood that the gold is the same whether it's a crown or a necklace. And in the same way, the truth is a function of perspective. The same situation may make some people happy, may make some people sad, and some people, as the first E that Vipin Bhai said, remain equanimous in all situations because they realize things are born, things exist, and things die, but the underlying essence and nature, the underlying goal or the underlying soul or the Atma is the same. Two goats fought to the death. One was on the side of a hill that had grass, and the other had no grass. But because they didn't go over to the other side of the hill, they fought to the death. We may think these goats are really foolish, but all around the world, what we saw with all the religious wars going on is exactly what's happening with these two goats. because they don't apply the principles of Anekanta and take a global view of the whole film. Not only on a global scale, talking about wars. Today, not only in this country, in India, particularly with our generations, one of the biggest social problems is divorce. And it's getting more and more common. And one of the primary reasons is lack of this application of Anekantavada in social life. So this doesn't just help with spiritual life, it's also about social life. So how can Jainism help us avoid this? Jainism has never ever been a missionary dharma. It doesn't set out to convert a Christian, a Hindu to Jainism. There's a treasure there, and people will discover it, but Jains will learn from everything, everyone, inquiring with a scientific mind, accepting the science of spirituality and physical science, developing the man in the mirror. To the extent, the first disciple of Mahavir Bhagwan, Gautam Swami, was taught about the principles of Jainism through the Vedas, because he was brought up a Brahmin. So, if we take that further, as Bipin Bhai alluded to, we can classify Anekantavada as a form of intellectual Ahimsa.